Welcome to our channel. If you enjoy inspiring content that lifts your spirit, make sure to subscribe and hit the like button to support us. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you will never miss a new video. Your support helps us reach more people with messages of hope and faith.
Michael, something feels off in my house lately. I keep having bad dreams, and weird things keep happening.
Weird things? Like what?
Lights flickering, cold chills, and this constant feeling that someone's watching me. It's creeping me out.
Lisa, this could be spiritual. Do you have anything in your house that could be attracting evil?
Well, I do have some crystals my friend gave me for energy, and an old Ouija board from college, but they're just decoration.
Lisa, those things are not harmless. Some objects can carry spiritual curses without you even knowing. Don't you even know that using your used clothes for cleaning in your home attracts bad luck?
Bad luck? It's just fabric. How can it bring bad luck?
It's not just fabric. Clothes carry the energy of the person who wore them. When you use them for cleaning, especially around the house, it can bring negativity and even misfortune into your home. There are 5 cursed objects you need to remove immediately. 1. Occult items. Occult items such as Ouija boards, tarot cards, spell books, and crystals used for energy manipulation are far from harmless objects of curiosity or decoration. Many people see them as just games or tools for self-discovery, but the spiritual reality behind them is much darker. These items open doors to unseen realms, inviting influences that can negatively affect a person's life in ways they never expected. When someone engages with an Ouija board, for example, they might think they're just communicating with a harmless spirit or even a deceased loved one. However, the Bible makes it clear that the only true source of divine guidance is God, not spirits, not the dead, and certainly not forces that claim hidden knowledge. In Leviticus 19:31, God explicitly warns, "Do not turn to mediums or seek out spiritists, for you will be defiled by them. I am the Lord your God." But what happens when people ignore this warning? Many who have used Ouija boards or practiced divination report terrifying experiences, unexplained shadows, eerie voices, feelings of oppression, and worst of all, nightmares and sleep paralysis that make them feel as if something unseen is watching or even tormenting them. A teenage girl, out of curiosity, plays with a Ouija board at a sleepover. At first, it seems like harmless fun. The planchette moves, spelling out words she and her friends can't explain. They laugh it off and go to bed, only for her to wake up in the middle of the night, frozen in fear. She tries to move, but something presses down on her chest. A shadowy figure stands in the corner of her room. She wants to scream, but no sound comes out. The next night, it happens again and again. Now, she feels an oppressive presence even during the day. Her once peaceful home feels heavy, dark, and full of fear. A chilling biblical example of the dangers of the occult is found in 1 Samuel 28, when King Saul, desperate for guidance, seeks out a medium, the witch of Endor. Despite knowing that God had forbidden such practices, Saul disguises himself and asks the witch to summon the prophet Samuel. Though Samuel appears, the encounter seals Saul's fate. Instead of receiving the help he sought, Saul is told that he and his sons will die in battle the next day. His disobedience cost him his life. This story illustrates a critical truth: seeking supernatural knowledge or power outside of God's will always leads to destruction. When we turn to occult practices, we aren't just playing with fire, we're inviting darkness into our lives. 2. Idols and false religious symbols. Throughout history, people have created idols and false religious symbols, statues of gods, carved images, mystical amulets, and charms, believing that these objects hold power, bring protection, or grant prosperity. But what many don't realize is that these items are not just harmless decorations. They carry spiritual weight and can invite ungodly spirits into a person's life and home. The Bible is clear and firm on this matter. God detests idols because they lead people away from Him. In Exodus 20:3-5, the first of the 10 Commandments states, "You shall have no other gods before me. You shall not make for yourself an image in the form of anything in heaven above, or on the earth beneath, or in the waters below. You shall not bow down to them or worship them, for I, the Lord your God, am a jealous God." At first glance, these objects may seem harmless, but spiritually, they act as doorways for demonic influence. Many people who have kept such items in their homes report experiencing oppression, strange disturbances, nightmares, or even spiritual attacks without realizing the connection. One of the most striking biblical warnings about idols is found in Judges 6. The Israelites had fallen into idolatry, worshipping the false god Baal and setting up an altar in their land. Because of this, God allowed them to be oppressed by the Midianites. The oppression was so severe that the Israelites lived in constant fear, hiding in caves and suffering under enemy attacks. Then, God called Gideon to deliver Israel, but before Gideon could lead the people to victory, God commanded him to destroy the idol first, tear down your father's altar to Baal and cut down the Asherah pole beside it. Then build a proper altar to the Lord your God. Judges 6:25-26. Only after removing the idol did God bring victory. This shows that spiritual bondage often comes from what we allow into our environment, and victory comes when we remove the ungodly influences and fully turn to God. Many Christians unknowingly bring cursed objects into their homes. They might keep a Buddha statue because it looks nice, wear a good luck charm just in case, or hold onto an object given to them without questioning its origin. But the spiritual reality remains. Idols and false religious symbols are not neutral objects, they carry spiritual significance, whether people acknowledge it or not. This act of complete destruction showed their commitment to fully breaking ties with ungodly influences. In the same way, anyone who owns idols or cursed religious objects should not just store them away but completely remove and destroy them while praying for God's cleansing over their home. 3. Demonic entertainment. In today's world, entertainment is everywhere. Movies, music, video games, and social media constantly feed our minds. But not all entertainment is harmless. Many people unknowingly expose themselves to demonic influences through horror movies, satanic music, and dark-themed content, thinking it's just for fun. However, what we allow into our minds and hearts affects us spiritually, shaping our thoughts, emotions, and even our relationship with God. The Bible warns us in Philippians 4:8, "Finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things." Yet, many believers fill their minds with content that glorifies fear, death, violence, and the demonic. Some might argue, it's just a movie or it's only music, but the reality is that the spiritual realm is very real, and what we consume affects us more than we realize. Music is another powerful tool. Many satanic and dark-themed songs include lyrics that promote rebellion, violence, depression, or even invite demonic spirits. Some artists openly dedicate their music to the devil, using symbols and chants that carry spiritual weight. Music was originally created for worshiping God, but the enemy has twisted it to glorify darkness. 4. Items from witchcraft or unknown sources. Many people unknowingly bring spiritually dangerous objects into their homes, items that were given as gifts, souvenirs, or inherited from family members. While some may appear harmless, if they come from someone involved in witchcraft, occult practices, or dark arts, these objects can carry spiritual attachments that affect the life of the person who possesses them. Throughout the Bible, God repeatedly warns his people to stay away from anything associated with sorcery, magic, or divination. Deuteronomy 18:10-12 clearly states, "Let no one be found among you who sacrifices their son or daughter in the fire, who practices divination or sorcery, interprets omens, engages in witchcraft, or casts spells. Anyone who does these things is detestable to the Lord." A young woman named Sarah, who receives a beautiful necklace from a friend who dabbles in spiritual energy work. The friend assures her it's just for protection and has been blessed by a spiritual guide. Sarah, though a Christian, thinks nothing of it and starts wearing the necklace daily. Soon, she begins experiencing anxiety, strange dreams, and constant bad luck. Her prayer life weakens, she feels heavy oppression, and relationships in her life start falling apart. She doesn't realize that the necklace wasn't just an ordinary gift, it had spiritual connections to dark forces. Items used in witchcraft, spellcasting, or ritualistic practices often carry the intentions of those who created or blessed them. Even if the person who gifted it had no evil intent, the object itself could be spiritually compromised. A powerful example of how cursed objects can affect someone's life is found in Joshua 7. After the Israelites' victory over Jericho, God commanded them not to take any of the accursed things from the city. However, one man, Achan, secretly took a beautiful robe, silver, and gold and hid them in his tent. What happened next was shocking. Israel began losing battles. When Joshua sought God for answers, the Lord revealed, Israel has sinned. They have violated my covenant, which I commanded them to keep. They have taken some of the devoted things. They have stolen, they have lied, they have put them with their own possessions. Joshua 7:11, because of Achan's disobedience, an entire nation suffered defeat and judgment. Only when the accursed items were destroyed did God's favor return to Israel. 5. Object from past sinful relationships. Many people hold on to objects from past relationships, thinking they are harmless keepsakes. An old love letter, a piece of jewelry, a photo album. These items may seem sentimental, but in reality, they can be spiritual ties that keep a person bound to their past, their pain, and even ungodly soul ties. The Bible warns us about holding on to things that keep us emotionally and spiritually entangled in ways that hinder our walk with God. After God called Jacob to return to Bethel, he commanded his household, "Get rid of the foreign gods you have with you, and purify yourselves and change your clothes." Genesis 35:2. Jacob's family had kept idols and objects from their past, and these items carried spiritual defilement. Only when they buried them under the oak tree did they fully step into God's blessings. In the same way, when someone keeps objects from a sinful past relationship, those items can carry emotional and spiritual baggage. Whether it's a necklace from an ex, a gift from a toxic partner, or love letters from a past sinful relationship, these objects can keep old wounds open, prevent healing, and hinder God's best for the future.
Whoa. I never thought about it that way. But now that you mention it, I have been feeling a heavy presence since I got some of these things.
That's because these objects carry spiritual weight. The enemy uses them to create access points into your life.
That's it. I'm getting rid of them tonight.
Good choice. And after that, pray over your home and ask God to cleanse it completely.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.